Hello?
I'm not quite. Stevenator is Bodvar. Okay. So I'm trying to remember what Congoose's clan was.
Okay, so he's in the lads.
Lads. Alright, thank you.
Um, that's rather aggravating. So, for those watching at home, the Lucien is Congoose. You can remember that because Congoose is a gun dude. But, yeah. Alright.
Okay, so
The
Stevenator
beloved
has cloned
Stevenator.
himself. Playing Bodvar versus his own Lucians. Congoose is spamming guns in place and multiple neutralites coming on. Stevenator actually quite scared by that, but doesn't care anymore.
Oh,
Stomp
wow.
side air into side air into a charged side stick. Lucian rather manages to barely get around it. Congoose doing his best to play with the guns, but Stevenator's just showing up with his hammer, stomp into side six, sends Lucian flying, has the sword in hand, ready to stop him from going for that ground pound, and Congoose gets hard punished for going for that side six. Stevenator has nothing to do with Congoose's solution and picks up the guns, but Stevenator is not phased.
Yeah, Congoose is clearly a little rusty. I think I've actually seen this matchup a few times before in ranked. And this isn't looking anything like those. Wow,
Ooh.
Steve is just kind of
He's actually
controlling
getting hit by quite a few of these moves from Congoose, however, and that recovery barely doesn't hit. It doesn't
The
kill,
drop.
but that definitely would have worked. Going for multiple down six in a row, not really getting punished. GC neutral stick comes out, and ground pound actually clips Congoose as he tries to hold on to the ledge, space past it. Goes for that, or no, that's the down stick. Neutral stick actually connects.
okay. Finds the neutral
Kills him off
stick.
the top. After that hammer string, I feel like Congoose kind of got a little bit more comfortable with the guns, and he's playing a little bit more seriously against Stevenator's Bodvar now.
Yeah, like this Congoose guy, he's definitely capable of like taking a game off with Stevenator if he like finds his rhythm. Like he has some of the best guns in the world if he's focused and actually playing at his ability, but
Ooh.
you see, he's just clearly got some rust. He's like dropped a recovery. He's sort of whiffing some of the easier moves that should be hitting. And like, I really just hope that that
Yeah.
instant jump ground
Using
pound
King's
from
Pass,
Stevenator.
being able to take advantage
Wow.
of that sidelight into a ground pound forces Lucien to be put into a position where he doesn't have his jumps to get back to the center, and Stevenator takes a solid stock lead once again. Let's see if Congoose can even it up. Gets in that neutral light. Does he go for a follow-up? No, goes for a pivot sidelight instead. Downer connects into a side air, puts Stevenator in the orange, another side air, puts him closer to the red, and Congoose is
There it
actually
is.
connecting with all of these gun moves. Goes for that recovery to
Doesn't
get back
get
into
the fourth
position.
one though.
But he's put Stevenator in a point where he can be at kill percent. Two new N6 coming out. Downer as well. Mine goes on the side of the stage. Stevenator playing with fire there, but he makes it back. Tries to go for a weapon and gets hit with the recovery.
There it is.
Congoose evens it up.
That is what Congoose is known for. Just like actually 100 to deathing you because his guns are just that solid.
The issue is Stevenator's been 100 to deathing him prior to his 100 to death, right? But Congoose
But look at
actually
this.
still has the
He's
momentum.
figured it out.
Yeah, Stevenator tries to go for the weapon, gets the weapon tossed into the stop, chases in with a side air, actually connects it. Stevenator goes in with the neutral air, has the spike ball in hand, actually reads that he was trying to disarm him with that nair, and Stevenator is actually making this look quite close.
Yeah, this is going to be a really close series, I feel like, if Congoose keeps playing like this. The stomp side sig coming out, but he can't get a follow.
Stevenator wasn't able to get that nair follow-up to be able to end the stock, but Congoose in such a terrible position. Actually gets the neutral light on that side light, trying to play as safe as possible, dodges past the side air, hits him with a side air of his own, and both players are on kill percent. That's it.
The recovery! The raw recovery catches Stevenator off guard. He gets the kill. Congoose takes game one.
Congoose takes game one indeed on his Lucien, sticks to it. Anybody confused? No, there are not two Stevenators. Congoose is the Lucien.
Yeah, Congoose is trolling the stream, but he is the Lucien. He's the gun player. It's Congoose. The one and only Congoose. Great to see him back and actually taking down the behemoth of Stevenator. I feel like Steve's perhaps not playing completely seriously. Like you see he's going for like way more hammer stuff than he does when he's tryharding. Usually he'll always ditch the hammer for a sword, no matter what the situation.
It might also be that he doesn't like the sword quite as much anymore. I haven't seen Steve play as much recently as he used to in the past, and swords definitely had a lot of changes made to it. Going in with the down air, however, he tosses the sword aside, just throwing everything that he finds, and there's a sword in hand. Goes for that sidelight to punish that downer that's being whipped out. But Stevenator, neither player are really finding strings this time. Just kind of hitting each other, and Congoose is winning out. Gets that neutral light, but GC neutral light coming out from Steve punishes Congoose for trying to go for something in the air, and Stevenator is slowly winning out on these trades.
Just barely, though. I mean, Steve is a recovery away from dying. If there's one thing that Congoose is one of the best at in the game, if not the best, it's finding those recoveries on guns. I've never seen another player so consistently be able to connect with those. And you saw he just connected with Stevenator, but ended up dropping it.
Bomb gets tossed aside, more bombs being lobbed around, Stevenator wanting nothing to do with them, goes to the recovery. Dude, Dodge is nearly under the mine, and actually gets the nair. And that will end Congoose' stock for trying to be fancy with the bombs, chasing Steve in the air, and Steve is ready to respond to it. Calls in a weapon, finds the guitars, wants nothing to do with those most likely, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him toss those away when another weapon spawns, even a mine. Ooh, Stevenator dodges out of the way, but he doesn't pick up the bomb right away, and dive kicks towards it. No damage is being found on either player. Congoose definitely wants to end this quite quickly.
Congoose sticking with his signature guns, throws the guitars away the second he finds them every time. Look at this Stevenator combo. He doesn't care that it's been nerfed. He just finds it on Congoose anyways.
Cider coming in from Congoose. Congoose holding onto the guns, goes for that neutral signature, and Steve hits it with the cider into a side sig from the hammer. Picks up a sword immediately afterwards, and the bomb trade goes off, not in Congoose's favor. Stocks are traded evenly, but Stevenator is stock ahead.
Playing a lot better this game. Takes a full stock lead over Congoose. He hasn't really been hit by these insane gun strings like he did in the last stock. He's been playing a lot smarter.
Weapon toss comes out from Steve. Steve throws the hammer to the side, goes for that side light, and Stevenator gets him with that stomp into scoop into nair.
Wow. Beautiful stuff. The dodge in, pick up, stomp.
Stomp Cider comes in. Congoose playing around with the guns, goes for that falling Cider, doesn't connect. Stevenator ready to punch with a dare. He's not getting hit by anything from Congoose here, and another sword attack. Definitely going to probably end it. Ensign comes out to read that jump. Dive kicks past it. Bomb comes out in the recovery.
Oh, that recovery will kill.
Kills off the top. Doesn't even need to go for an air, and Stevenator chases Lucien down.
Wow.
And Stevenator is giving himself a pat on the back. Good game, good shit, good game. Steve, you're just too good, honestly. Yeah, Steve.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was actually Stevenator typing that.
Steve's just talking to himself. It probably is. Same map? Sure, he says to himself as Stevenator moves on. And
yeah, I want to see Congoose play Vrax too, dude. Congoose's best character back when he played was Vrax. And I'm pretty sure his worst was Lucien, if I remember correctly.
A third King's Pass pick coming out as the set is now 1-1.
All right. So this is really interesting. Congoose has a chance to knock out Stevenator before winner's quarters even comes out.
Goes in for a down air. Stevenator messing around with the sword. Congoose definitely wants to try to get some kind of string off the guns. Stevenator's definitely respecting a lot more now. The neutral light comes in, but he's not able to get any follow up. And Steve playing very carefully.
He goes for the rising X pivot. One of the hardest techs in the game.
Ooh, and nearly gets Cidered into the bomb. Stevenator dodges away, and actually Ciders him into the exploding mine. Lucien taking a decent amount of damage. Nair comes out. Stevenator trying to get damage, but that nice GC side sig sends Stevenator flying. Down sig comes out from Lucien. Multiple signatures being thrown out. He tosses the signature in the wrong direction. Wasn't going to hit no matter what. Gets punished for it. Steve gets that stop end sig. Disarmed. Stevenator is looking to end the stock. Nair doesn't connect. Tries to go for a Cider. Stop. Doesn't work out. Bomb goes past Stevenator's head, and Steve deactivates the mine with his hammer.
Yeah, this that hammer play was really hurting Congoose. I'm surprised that neutral sig didn't kill. Came very close, but Congoose is looking for... Both players are really looking for any sort of kill. A lot will kill right now. Congoose goes for the gravity cancel down sig, but just gets punished by a simple dodge in down air from Stevenator. Stevenator knows how Congoose tries to kill. Congoose, especially with Lucien, he either fishes for recovery or for signatures. Those are the earliest things that a Lucien can kill with when he's using guns.
Ooh,
Stevenator just playing in the shenanigans.
Weapon toss comes in as well, and that forces Congoose to lose his stock. He hits his head twice, and that's it. It's gone immediately. Any comeback
Oh,
potential that
no.
Congoose was going to have in that stock was immediately taken away by Stevenator's sword play, especially with the confidence they had going down. Just chased Congoose into the pit. Downlight downer comes out. Congoose getting hit by all of these moves that Stevenator's throwing up. The side stick connects. Gets him with that uppercut. And
But a little too late.
Yeah.
He's already on his last stock and taken a fair amount of damage. But if he can pull off these crazy strings twice in a row, he could easily just take this game back in the matter of a minute or so, maybe less. And he is finding a lot of these neutral lights.
Ooh, goes for that ground pound, dodges through it, but Stevenator getting a little bit more damage on the Congoose than he'd like. Goes for that GC side stick. Actually puts himself in a position to get a side or weapon toss, and Steve tries to read with a downlight. Congoose not finding anything in with these guns, and goes for that side stick. Congoose tries to get him with the side stick as well. Stevenator lands with the stop, goes for the cider. Stop cider actually connects, disarms and weapon
That might
toss,
be it.
forces him to dodge, and
Good
Stevenator,
dodge.
wow, sets up a bomb for him to get
goodness.
uppercut in. Congoose gives him the facepalm, and Stevenator is definitely feeling silly after that one. Gives him the salute, however, not thinking anything of it, and he just wants to end Congoose's stock as possible. But now Congoose has comeback potential here. This is like
Yeah, he just needs to get like one of those insane gun strings and bring him to orange and pull off an insane recovery, and he'll win the
ooh,
game.
but one scoop lands, another scoop will definitely do it. Cider comes out.
He needs to do it flawlessly. That'll do it. Yeah. Too bad. Congoose playing really, really good.